From Cornwall to Birmingham and Johnston and Bexhill, here's Ruben Spire on the radio.
Hello to Josie Hargis. How are you today?
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for letting me chat to you today. Can you tell me how long have you been a singer-songwriter for?
So I started singing like really publicly in probably 2019. When I was little, I would sing like for my grandparents at church and things like that. But I didn't start singing really in front of people. I joined my cowboy church band in 2019. And so that's when I really started. And then I started writing songs in 2020. And my first one came out 2022. So haven't been doing it too long.
So what was it like going to this recording studio for the first time?
It was awesome. It was kind of like it took me a minute to be like, wow, this like I'm really here. That's cool. I never really thought I would, I guess, find myself in a place like that, but the doors were opened at the right time. And so it was really awesome. I love going.
So can you tell me more about the first single that released, My Best Friend?
Yes. So I wrote that one 2020, I'm pretty sure, maybe 2021. It was like the second song that I had ever written, and the words, they just kind of came to me all within like 30 minutes. It was really a fast process. And so with all of my songs, I write the lyrics to them and then I send them to my Uncle Dave, who will put music to it. And then we just work it all out and send it to the studio and see what we can get put together. But with that one, so I've had experience with, just feeling super alone and like you really don't have anyone to talk to, maybe don't have any friends, like, you start feeling sorry for yourself. So it's really important to me to know that, Jesus is at the end of the day my very best friend. I couldn't ask for anything more than that. And I know that he sent me those words, which makes it even more special. And whenever I first wrote that and got like a rough draft recorded, I posted a clip of it on TikTok and it got over like 2 million views. So that was really awesome. And when it's my most popular song right now. So I think it's close to like 20,000 streams on Spotify, maybe. So it's doing good.
Doing good. So can you tell me more about Let's Go?
Let Go. That one is also surrounding Jesus. I am the queen of worry and anxiety, and I remind myself constantly, like, just let it go. This does not matter. What I'm worrying about, I won't care about a year from now. So that was another one that I felt Jesus sent me the words to, just reminded me to like remember just to breathe and let go of all that stress and anxiety because he's got it.
So is God a very huge part of your life?
Yes, a huge part.
So can you tell me more about Ocean's Wild?
How I came to know God.
And yeah.
Okay. So I was really young. It's kind of a funny story. I was maybe like 6 or 7 years old in church. I was in Sunday school. My cousin was teaching. And I remember she told us we would feel God knocking on our hearts. And whenever we felt that, to let him in, I knew the story. I knew about Jesus coming down, dying, rising again. And so I believed all that wholeheartedly. And she told me he would knock on my heart. And so I went home that day and I remember I would just sit there and wait to feel a knock on my heart. Like an actual physical knock. I waited so long for that. It's like I feel like I probably waited weeks. And eventually I just broke down crying. I was like, maybe he doesn't want to come into my heart because I'm not feeling him knock. But I just eventually told him, like, God, the door is open. You don't even have to knock. Just come in. Like, don't even worry about it. And so I would say that's my church definition of getting saved is when he came into my heart. But yeah, so I've had a relationship with him for a really long time. I was baptized in 2014 and just keep trying to grow in my relationship with him. It's not always easy, and I'm not the perfect Christian by any means, but yeah, he's my best friend.
Can you tell me more about the single called Ocean's Wild.
Oceans Wide. Yeah. That one is another Jesus song. It's more about surrounding his love for us. Like it stretches as far as the east is from the west. It stretches oceans wide. And so that's what that one's surrounding is just his love and how huge it is for us.
So what about Heroes of the Rodeo?
Yes, Heroes of the Rodeo is more of it falls more into the country genre than gospel. But growing up in the South, if you can't tell by the way I sound like cornbread when I talk, rodeo was a huge part of our lives, just going to them very regularly. And when I was little, I would enter them in like just small little events and would always get disqualified because I would ride with someone usually. My stepdad, Tracy, he was really involved in rodeos and stuff growing up. And so whenever we got involved in each other's lives, he took us to even more. And anyway, so that really, he kind of helped inspire that song, just knowing how important rodeo was to him and also cowboy church. We have a rodeo arena here and we just spend a lot of time at the rodeo. And so I just thought, I don't know if you have heard of Cody Johnson's song, Dear Rodeo. I love it. And I didn't think there were enough songs out there that I had heard regarding the rodeo and all the people that make all of that happen. And so I just wanted to write a song about them, for them.
So can you tell me more about your latest single called Broken Story?
Yes. So I say it about all of them, but this one so far is my favorite. So last year, my little brother was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, which is bone cancer, when he was 10 years old. And just watching him go through such a hard battle, it was absolutely awful. I mean, I know what I felt is nothing compared to what he went through, but just like watching him go through it and not being able to step in and take any of that away from him or, really make him feel better. It was really awful. And I had a lot go on last year that just, it wasn't a good year mentally for me. And so probably when I was at my lowest point, I felt like I was, you feel like you're at the bottom, but you keep going lower. And I just felt like there was no way I could go any lower than I was. I was like at the bottom in the dark. But then I felt, of course, Jesus send me, a message to my heart. And that's what I took and put into lyrics for this song. No matter what we go through, he's got it. And it's a lot easier said than done to say we shouldn't worry about it because he's got it under control. But that is the truth. And even whenever we don't understand what's going on, to just have faith that he's got it in his hand and whatever happens will happen and glorify him. That is the most important thing. And so just to remember that we're all pieces of broken stories, but he will make us whole if we, accept that and love him and just have faith.
So, can you tell me, what is it like being an independent artist for you?
Being a what artist?
An independent artist?
Independent. So I really love it. Not being signed to anybody, you kind of have a lot of freedom. Like I have said, I sing gospel and I sing country. And so I feel like whenever you're signed to someone, you kind of have to choose what you want to go with. And right now I can just do what I want. And so I think that's awesome. And I appreciate you for reaching out and helping independent artists because that's really awesome. And I know we all appreciate that. But yeah, it's really rewarding and I love it.
So are you working on any new music in new future?
Oh, yeah. I write songs all the time. I'm always looking for someone to write songs with or collaborate with. I think that's so fun. But yeah, definitely. I have some written that I'm hoping to get to the studio. I have one in the studio right now that we're working on, but I hope that it never stops. It's just too much fun.
So finally, can you tell my listeners where can I find you on social media?
Yeah, so I'm on all platforms pretty much. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, Facebook. So TikTok is just Josie Hargis _ I think. And Instagram and Facebook is Josie Hargis Music. And YouTube, I'm pretty sure it's just Josie Hargis, maybe Josie Hargis Music, but yeah, I'm across the board.
Thank you for touching me today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And I wish you all the success.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.